3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. I'm here with Dan the man, the DTC to the MTC to the BTC.
BTC now, isn't it?
BTC. What are we doing today, Dan?
We're sitting in your car, John, driving along.
Well, where are we going?
We're going Barnsport, good old Barnsport. Going to see Scotty and the amazing team at Barnsport. We're heading towards that black weather cloud. It don't look very nice, does it?
No.
It's a bit bouncy in this one for filming, John, isn't it? It's not like the Volvo, is it?
Be alright.
Which we've still got to fix.
Which we've still got to fix. So anyone interested in a Volvo, we're fishing around in the fuel tank. Check out the fuel relay pump. Got it all back in eventually, like just whacked it in because we couldn't get it in properly. And then the car started and it's like, yeah, we're geniuses, we fixed it. And then like next time you tried to start it,
no start. Yeah, so we've got to do the mechanical fuel pump now on the engine, which is about that big and weighs about 10 kilos, and it's doesn't look like an easy job, but hey ho.
Shouldn't be too bad.
But yeah, Barnsport today, so we're going to pick up the Purple Peril, John. The Purple Peril. So although we do all the work ourselves generally on these cars, sometimes when you've got bigger jobs like this car needed the gearbox dropping and the RMS doing and like proper full brake pipe lengths and stuff, it's best to take it to the pros, isn't it? And,
get it done properly.
Scotty and the boys at Barnsport happily receive us. So yes, I sent the car up there, we dropped it up there, and they're going to just gave them a list of stuff, just thought, you know what, do it all.
Yeah.
So that car is mechanically perfect.
Yeah.
And then we'll just make it pretty.
Yeah, because it's already in really good shape, but it just had that oil leak, didn't it, from the RMS seal?
And the spark plug tubes were leaking, one of those was leaking. The exhaust mounts, the exhaust clamps at the back were rotten, and you know that would have been a ball ache of a job to get them off.
Yeah.
Because you clear my way. You'd have to take the whole back box off. The clamps were all rotten. 240 horse. Whoa, that's better than it.
I still think it's choking out.
Yeah. Is it still hitting the limit?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, that's me.
So yeah, anyway, they're doing all the mechanicals, get the car back to mine, I'll clean underneath it and do all the detailing underneath it like I do. Yeah. Then it's round to John's, and then John will do like a 20 million 7-stage polish.
No, I think
ceramic and
I don't think it needs all that. I think it's just got fine swirls on it. The paint's probably the best I've ever seen on one of these in terms of like stone chips.
Yeah, for stock and stuff, isn't it?
And the paintwork that has been done on it, if it has any, has been done very well. There's no like, you can usually spot it a million miles away.
Yeah, you can't, can you?
No, it's in great shape. So
interior's mint as well.
It just needs a single stage with S20, and then just like putting down a nice sealant.
A sealant, some sort of paint sealant on it. Yeah, so that it's, you know, because the car is pretty mint, but just concourse.
Interior's really mint.
Yeah, that don't need anything really, does it?
Just vacuum, squirt of air freshener. Maybe a bit of dressing over the dashboard or so. I don't know. Not even that.
Then decisions to make with that car, really, John. You know, I had all these ideas and dreams about a purple aero, and I have got the kits, and I have got the suspension, I've got the arms, I've got all the bits to do it.
Yep.
But everyone who sees that car is telling me, don't modify it, don't do anything to it. It's
and you know
so
what?
mint
they
and so
might be
pure
right as well. Driving behind you, like coming back from Liverpool, just looking at it, thinking it is really nice stock. And the problem is, if you aero kit it and you do go on to sell it, you're going to spend the equivalent of $4,500 on the value of the aero kit. That's what it's worth.
Yeah.
You're going to spend $2,000 to get that aero kit prepped and put on the car.
Yeah.
So you're going to add $6,500 of cost. You won't add $6,500 of value. In fact,
right.
You might put some people off it because it's non-original, and that modded look doesn't necessarily mean best value, does it?
I think the other thing is, when I drove the car, I really noticed the car's so soft and quiet and comfortable. Unlike the car we're in now, this car's like my car. It's bumpy, it's firm, the exhaust, the intake noise, it goes over the potholes, it's jerky to drive, but that's what we like. We
Get
like
it
that.
You can feel it, can't you?
It's ready to go around a track, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ready to go beans down a B road. This car's
I do need
not
to
like
soften
that.
the suspension off a bit, I think.
The purple car's like driving the Volvo, but so for me that's boring. I would have to undo all that pureness and put coilovers on it and polybush it and
stiffen up,
put a loud exhaust on it. Like John said, this is money, money, money. I could end up spending 10 grand
money
on that car.
puts other buyers off, because 99, well not 99, 90% of buyers, apart from the real 996 Aero guys, but 99% of Porsche 996 buyers are looking for an original example.
Yeah,
so,
especially as an investment point of view. I mean, don't get me wrong. If the car was 120,000 miles, 130,000 miles, 7 owner, reasonable history, needed a bit of paint anyway on the bumpers, scuffy wheels, broken suspension, you'd say to yourself, well, all that needs doing anyway, so then let's do it pure, you know, let's do it my way, let's go lowered suspension, aero kit. But this car's not. This car's free owner, 83,000 miles. Literally one of the nicest, cleanest things you'll ever find.
Yeah.
I mean, it certainly drives the nicest as far as smoothness, quietness. There's not even squeaks and rattles, which to me means it's not a 996.
I think it's been kept original.
It has been kept original.
I think one thing I can say with these is the more work they have done on them, the more bodgy they can be, can't they? Like I found with this one.
People do mess around with them, don't they, and put on cheaper parts and things like that.
Yeah, and like, to be fair, a lot of the things I'm doing fall into that bodgy category. Like I'm chucking that bonnet on and we're trying to align it, and everything you do at home, and there's loads of DIY jobs being done on this car, all in the cockpit. It all needed to be reversed, whereas this hasn't been touched, and there is something for that. When you're looking for a car to buy, you almost do sometimes think, I just want it as original as possible and unmolested. Yeah, so that's the right thing.
And a unique colour as well. So
if it was a silver car, then putting aero on it would tie up a bit.
Probably increase its value.
Yeah, with this.
But you know, people are looking for an investment car. They're probably looking for something that's a bit unusual spec or combo.
Yeah.
This car's got that.
Yeah.
Low mileage. This car's got that.
Yeah.
Low owners, full mega service history. This car's got that.
Good paint.
And then good condition and good paint. And this car's got that. So I think it's the sort of car that could be retailed at a really high price as it is, because I think there's those guys that are ultra fussy, that want the ultimate one, and they want to just, you know, do a few miles on it, but they mainly want to, you know, sit on it as more of an investment thing, or even the guys that just want to drive it, but they're purists. They want it pure. This is the car for them.
Yep.
So I think the decision is made for me, really, because everybody said the same. Scotty at Barn Sports said the same.
Yeah.
John said it.
They know as well,
same.
don't they? Yeah.
Chaz came round, said the same. Loads of people have said, although it will be cool to aero it because it's purple and with gold wheels and all the rest of it, but I can just respray CGA purple.
And yeah, it's not just the aero kit costs, which would be about 6.5 grand you'd have to put into that.
Yeah.
Then the wheel value is about, to get a refurb gold set on there, really, if you didn't take them off CGA, is at least another grand of your cost.
2 grand probably.
Yeah, probably 2. And then coilovers.
Seats. We had the conversation about seats. I wouldn't live with that interior.
Yeah.
I spent thousands ripping that interior out and putting in bucket seats.
Yeah, just matching
criminal.
bucket seats. But you would be at least 10 grand in those cosmetic changes.
Yeah.
And you're not going to add 10 grand to the value, so you're just working for nothing.
Yeah. So I think it's a done deal on that, really. I think that's a no-brainer. And at the end of the day, I still love CGA. I love driving it.
I like that car, CGA is good.
It's like this car. It's hard, it's bumpy, it's knocky,
it's firm, but the stock suspension on it's fine.
Yeah.
But it steers nicely, and and I can feel that power. Like, it's just a good car, and I like that steering wheel you put on it. It's just good.
It's just fun to drive. It puts a smile on my face. So
it is a good car.
I don't really want to sell it because it's been the most fun one to drive. Yeah. Listen, one day someone's going to come up to me and wrestle it out my hands, and you know, so be it. But I'm not going to advertise it. I'm not going to put it up for sale. I'm just going to enjoy it. I'll sell the purple car and I keep enjoying CGA. And then I've got my little summer Boxster as well. Need to. I've got a few little jobs left to do on that. I haven't advertised that car yet. I've put for sale in the window at a few places. There's been some messages back and forth with multiple different people, but no one seems to be valuing it at 7 grand.
Oh, what, the red
Boxster,
one?
yeah.
Mate, that's worth 7 grand.
But I think what it is they're looking at it like, well, it's 120,000 mile, 2.7 Boxster. It's 4 grand, it's 5 grand.
But no,
it's
it's not.
It's not. It's got a 2 grand bumper on it. John would have given me £2,000 for the bumper before he's rebuilding this one.
People want those bumpers.
It's got an aero kit on it, the wheels on it. Find me another set of those wheels in Boxster fitment as well. You're not going to get a set.
If you advertise it,
I think that car will have to go on Auto Trader, eBay type thing, and I'll 7,995 that car. But I've still got the EML light on, which I know is the oxygen sensor. But the problem is the car has sports cats. So the sport cats are causing the problem. The oxygen sensor's been welded into the sports cats. So I think the answer is to take the sports cats off and put stock cats on it, and then put new CO2 sensors in it. Problem resolved. And it's also longevity then for the next guy. Otherwise, if I try to sort of bodge it,
you'll have to cut them out, weld in new sensors.
The problem will come back.
And you don't know if those sports cats are like bunged up.
No, they look pretty new.
And you're actually getting good readings.
That's right.
Because they're relatively new lambda sensors.
I think the problem is it'll be an ongoing problem for the next owner.
It won't affect the car, but it'll just be a niggle. And
so I think
you don't want niggles, do you?
OEM cats. I could probably get a pair off Steve actually. I'll message him today, remind me. Get a pair of OEM cats. If they've got good oxygen sensors in them ready to go, that'd be great. If not, put a brand new set of sensors in them as well. And job done, that'll be up for sale. So I'll probably do that at some point this month. Although I've been enjoying driving that car. I took it to Simply because the sun was out.
Drives all right,
when the sun's out, it's so fun. It's so cool.
And it is in good nick as well.
It slides around.
On paper, like the thing with that Boxster is it's got sorted paint.
Yeah, very sorted.
Not concourse paint, but sorted paint, and
nice.
all the bits that were letting it down have been painted. And the rest of it's had a full repaint, and the colour match is nice.
I don't know what you put on the body, but it's made the car like darker and deeper.
That's just polishing.
Really,
it's taken
awesome.
The haze out of it.
It's I cleaned it the other day. I snow foamed it. Even the snow foam wouldn't stick to it.
Yeah,
it was just
and it's
beading off.
It's got bead coat on it. I think.
It was awesome. I think didn't you put a ceramic sealant on it or something?
Bead coat.
Bead coat. Yeah. It's really cool.
Not a ceramic coating as such, but that that's fine. So it's the polishing. It had that haze over it, but it's good. And it's got a brand new sunroof on it, so it's really like good paint, good roof. Engine feels powerful. It drives okay. It's still done 120,000. It's not going to be a car.
It's lowered, so it's a little bit choppy. And
someone's going to have to. It's a Porsche. It's a 25-year-old Porsche. So whoever buys it, there will be jobs to do in the next 5 or 10 years with all of them. But it's as good as any I've driven, I think. And it's quite tidy now, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks mint. I mean, the interior's come up lovely. I mean, to be honest, that car's a cracker. I don't need $7,000 bad enough that I'd rather have it sat on my drive, do you know what I mean? And just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because, listen to her go. We've got to get rid of that rattle, haven't we? Seems like it's pulling better.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So, the car's, we did a rolling mode on the car and it's down.
About down 40 horsepower.
Yeah, something like that. And I took the math off. I cleaned out all of the math, like properly.
John's got the K and N, and they can cause oil into the math sensor.
It was really dry and dirty, the filter, which is what happens.
Yeah.
So I cleaned out all the filter, got it spankingly clean, and I put some fresh induction aerosol oil on it, which you said not to do.
Don't do that.
But the problem is, I think you should have it because it stops the dust going through, but I don't think you should plaster it in oil because it does go through and the math gets all clogged up.
Too much oil goes through. They are generally.
Is he coming across?
Oh my God.
Bloody hell.
Well, the guy just cut straight across the whole roundabout. I generally, you can do, but I generally don't do them. But
it feels, since I did that, cleaned the math off. It felt a little bit better, but not all the way. It still feels choked out above sort of 3,000 revs. It feels restricted, but smooth and sounds great.
Yeah, it does sound.
But just not as lively as CGA. So I think there's something still wrong, and I think our plan of attack is going to fix this. I want to speak to Scott about our plan of attack, but I think he thinks it's a good way forward.
Yeah, we've had 2 people recommend to us. They've had similar problems, haven't they?
Yeah.
One guy was 100 horse down.
Was he?
But that was a rebuilt engine.
Yeah, so it was a 3.7.
He didn't know what to expect, but it was the fuel pump, in-tank fuel pump, which is connected at the bottom of the tank, connects to the sender unit. So we've done sender units before, but we've never done a fuel pump. But we've disconnected the fuel pump to take the sender unit out. So now we've got to go fishing again, like the Volvo one, and get the fuel pump out. So
we're like number plate in there, dead fish. There it is. There's a fuel pump.
Make sure that the fuel's empty, not like in the Volvo where we had no choice. We had a full tank of fuel.
It was brimmed. It's all coming
Undone
out.
it, and it all pouring out.
Give me that cloth.
Oh, there's cloths everywhere. Those clothes, I've had to keep them in a bin bag ready to do the other fuel pump, and then I'm just going to throw them away.
Chuck them in the old bonfire.
Yeah, whoosh, yeah. So yeah, we're going to do the fuel pump, and then once we've done that, with the cleaning that you've done as well, straight back to Charlie's, back on the rollers.
Yeah.
See where we're at.
But I'm thinking, when we do the fuel pump, we'll test drive it afterwards, obviously, and I think we'll know if we're back up to like where we should be, like around the 285s, 290s, which would be great. If I don't feel that it's there, and it may not be, because the fuel pump could be fine, but it's good to do it anyway, then I think we should do what Scott said, which is put a stock intake on it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot to talk that the stock intake gives you more power than the K&N. They don't tell you that.
No.
The K&N
performance air filters
claims like it gives you a map reading of another car. They put it on and it gave, I think it's a C2 3.6 Carrera, gave it like 20 horsepower increase.
Yeah, that's nonsense. I've never seen an increase from an induction sit on a Porsche.
But maybe that's with mapping. I didn't.
Yeah,
read the
with
small,
mapping.
Small
yeah,
print.
mapping will work because obviously if you increase more air, the car will add more fuel.
Because I'd like to keep the induction kit on it because I like the sound. But if the induction kit, if we go from induction kit to stock, and we're back with new fuel pump, new airbox, and we're back at 285, 290 horsepower, then I've got two options. Do I go and get it mapped for the induction kit, or do I stay on the stock airbox?
I think we could we could do 2 runs in one day and really find out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cost you 120 quid, but you'd really know then. You'd have back-to-back maps on the same day, both with the new pump.
You could do a video on that. Like.
Yeah, with the induction and with the K&N. That'd be a good video. People would be interested in that.
There's another dilemma that the car was mapped in 2011 by a BMW specialist. So what is that map?
Seems weird, doesn't it?
Was the induction on it when it was mapped back then?
Yeah.
Certainly it's got different headers on it now. Did it have that sports CAT system on
Probably
there?
not.
No, so it might have been mapped for a stock exhaust system, then subsequently had an induction kit and is it a Dansk? Is it Dansk exhaust system?
But you never had the headers until you got the engine built.
It had one aftermarket header, sports header, and one cracked stock header.
And now you've got all equal length stainless bigger bore headers.
But it does feel if this turned out to be an exhaust problem, it would make sense to what I'm feeling with the car. But it could be so many things.
Yeah.
But it kind of feels like it's a breathing problem. Like when it feels like it's not flowing properly.
Well, the good thing with these cars is it's air fuel spark, so it's one of the 3. But it's just simple.
Whenever I've had a naturally aspirated car mapped or seen one, I remember Reg had his E46 mapped, which is a flat straight 6.
Straight 6. Yeah.
Typically, it feels more flowy and like loose on the accelerator, a bit more free revving, but you feel a little bit of extra torque. Whereas this feels restricted. When you get above 3,000 or 4,000, the dial feels tight. It doesn't overrun. It doesn't float like CGA does. The rev counter floats up higher, and you feel the torque with it.
Yeah.
Whereas this feels restricted. So it does feel like a breathing problem.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. You still got the sock on your K&N, haven't you?
No, it's off.
No, you took the sock off. Yeah, because I think them socks not good for them, are they?
I don't think it makes any difference. So.
Yeah, but we get to the bottom of it either way. We do the fuel pump.
That K&N should be allowing more air through than a stock filter.
Although the K&N pipe is too long. I think it's too long.
I'm not sure.
It's a bad design.
But that would only be like a couple of horse either way. Like we're down. Well, we're
much for airflow.
Top
surely.
end as well, so it's under demand, isn't it?
Yeah.
So at low demand, before the vario cams are kicking in, the graph looks good, like everything looks good with the torque, and then it's under demand. As you get above into the high revs, the power tails off and then drops.
Just dies,
real high
doesn't it?
revs.
Like 5 grand dies. It's like DTC was doing when it had the wrong exhaust system.
But even worse.
But I was only losing 16 horsepower.
Yeah.
I was 272, something like that. So
And what I don't want to do is go and take it to be mapped now.
No.
When there might be because it's a long way to go as well. When there might be an underlying problem that would stop, make it not worthwhile to do the mapping.
that's right, with fueling and airflow and things like that. So definitely don't want to be doing that.
Mind you, it's not the end of the world, because if we did do it, if we got desperate and we tried ECU swaps, airbox swaps, fuel pump, nothing's worked, it's just producing the same power, I'd probably give it to the guys at Barnsport just to go and check and read all the counters and, you know, look at cam deviations and everything and fueling levels and check all those live counters.
The vario cams.
Yeah, and then if they say no, it's all good, then maybe taking it to like, is it ECU Wizards up in Lancaster?
Yeah, Wizards.
He'd look at it and say, right, we're mapping it properly, but we're still not producing the power. So it could be this, it could be that.
Yeah.
But it feels like some sort of breathing, maybe fueling problem. Yeah.
Well, the fuel pump's a no-brainer. The fuel pump in this car is 27 years old, 28 years old.
Yeah. It's 360 quid though,
Yeah,
not 160 quid though. I've been saying.
No, 360
But
quid.
it's still like, it's so old, it's like,
just do it.
yeah, just do that. And then I know, because I'm keeping the car, so
And then
anything
you know
I
that's
renew
done.
is good, yeah.
You know that's done, and you've got new fuel lines on the engine as well. Your injectors are all refurbished, so yeah. Do you know what? I think realistically, once that's done,
I'm going to run
should
a bit
help
of that,
immediately.
I'm going to run a tiny bit of that fuel additive for it as well.
Yeah.
Just, I know like people say, oh, they're bad and stuff like that, but just a little bit of fuel additive to make sure.
Just to clean your cats out.
Yeah, that's
really.
what I'm thinking as well. Could it be the sports cats are blocked? I mean, it feels a bit like that, but
yeah,
that tends to happen on high
just quite
mileage cars.
Quite a lot of horsepower down.
Yeah, and that system's not that old, so it's like it's unlikely to get snarled up. It runs on good fuel. I was running
an old Range Rover,
but a bit of that fuel additive maybe just to help with that. It did help with the Golf, but a different kind
help
of car.
with BTC as well.
Yeah,
That's got better since it's had that fuel additive in it. That's why I put it in the red one as well, to see if it helped with the CO2 thing, but I think as a cheat code that's not going to work.
Give us an update on BTC. So this is Dan's track Boxster.
It's called BTC because it's Plan B. So Plan A went wrong, which is, as you know, the 911 went bang, big end bearing. So that's out of action for the year, and I had lots of things planned and booked, like PCGB at Goodwood last week, Flat 6, loads of stuff planned. Bedford with you guys in September. We want to do Nürburgring and Spa in November. So instead of missing out the whole year, I thought, oh, got an idea here, Plan B. So B to the T to the C is a 2.7 Boxster. Now, it was the cheapest one you could probably, well, it isn't actually, no, tell a lie, because I've bought Boxsters for 1,500 quid before. The lady wouldn't take less than 2.5 grand for it, which was probably too dear for a 200,000 mile Boxster sat on a driveway rotting. But it had 987 RS60 anniversary seats in it. It had aero kit on it. It had freshly refurbed 911 wheels on it. It had a 3-spoke black leather steering wheel. So it was like the money was there in the parts you couldn't lose, because I could have just broke that car from day one and probably doubled my money.
You've sold the steering wheel.
Yeah, so I thought, do you know what? Could I buy that for 2.5 grand? 350 for delivery, so it's 2,850 to my door. Spend some money refurbing it up enough to get it onto the MOT worthy and make it road legal, which I think I got to a total cost of 3,337 MOT'd, ready to drive on the road. Then I sold the wheels, sold the steering wheel, sold the wind deflector from there, sold the airbag ECU, and I've still got the headlights up for sale.
Sold the steering wheel. It's going to get a bit of MDF and like stick it on the spline.
No, all the missing parts I nicked off DTC because it was going into storage. So I've built myself a race car for almost nothing.
I mean, that ain't no race car.
Yeah. So I got it to a point where it was good enough. I mean, we took it for a geo to Nad, didn't we? And Nad was like, listen, I can't geo this car. And I was like, why? He's like, well, it's got a broken front coil spring. The rear anti-roll bar is knocking in the frame. The rear track rod ends are seized and won't adjust, and they're knocking. The front track rod end was loose. The coffin arms at the back were no good. The front turning arms were no good.
Standard Porsche.
Standard Porsche. So he's like, honestly, you're just wasting your money because it'll be so hard for him to do it. He won't even be able to get much on it. So I was like, oh man. So I was like, listen, I've got Goodwood Monday. What do you do? So I thought, do you know what? I'll roll the dice. So I went to Goodwood on Monday in that car with broken suspension, with no geo on it, but the engine pulling really well, as we found out.
Yeah.
Took it on the rolling road. It makes more than factory power, so we won't be moaning about that.
250 brake horse.
250 brake.
2.7.
That's like nearly 3.2 power.
Yeah.
But
it's ironic though, isn't it? Because it isn't powerful.
Yeah. No, at the bottom end it's dead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Under 4,000 revs it was awful.
Yeah. That gives that
but 5
horsepower,
or 6,000 it was awesome.
It's not representative of how fast the car is, that peak horsepower, because you've got to be up in that high rev and you're not there for very long.
No, and if you drop down, oh mate, it's game over. You're literally coming out the door like that.
Mine has less horsepower, but it's definitely quicker because it's got more torque up the rev range.
Yeah. There's no way the Boxster, you pull out of a corner and this in £3,000, put your foot down, it goes. That Boxster won't, you've got a down change.
Yeah.
So yes, it went to Goodwood and it was very successful. It flew, the car flew. It was really quick, wasn't it?
Well, it was just good. It was
just did the job.
Yeah, but the suspension's knackered.
The suspension was
brakes
horrible.
need sorting out.
The brakes just died on me in the end. I actually spun off at Lavin on the last session.
That's nothing to do with brakes.
Because I ran out of brakes as I went into Lavin, so I ended up going in way too deep.
You ran out of talent, Dan.
I ran out of talent, ran out of brakes.
Getting carried away, chasing all these cars.
I was beating them.
Barrels it into a corner, way too quick, turns the steering wheel, nothing happens.
But yeah, she did a 140, 140.8.
You press the brake pedal and nothing happens.
Yeah.
He grabbed the handbrake, pulled that, come off with his hand, he threw that out the window. Then he started putting the sunroof up to use as an aerofoil to slow him down. And by that time he was in the barrier.
And all the 911s I just passed all went waving, driving past like that while I was dancing on the grass. But yeah, listen, I survived, the car survived. It was no more than a bit of lawn mowing. Done Goodwood's job for them, mowed their lawn for them over the back. No one come off with me. It was all very gentlemanly. And you know, listen, it's all a part of pushing the car. Yeah. You know you're good and you're pushing if you're coming off.
Yeah, you're going too hot.
Yeah.
Because you've been doing that speed and but then the car craps out on you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no brakes. It's quite scary when you lose the brakes in Woodcote, though.
Yes, it was. This was at Lavin.
Oh, was it
so
Lavin?
It's a big footfall, isn't it? And then it's that hard
But it's
ride.
not so fast, though, I suppose.
No, not as fast as Woodcote. That would be scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, they completely died off. And as I went in, I was way off that apex. I was like a metre away from it, off that curb. And you know when you say use all that other curb, I was going towards that like I was going to go over it. Yeah. And then the car snagged in on the inside.
Just won't make it, you know.
She went round.
You get to that stage where it's like, adios, I'm going off.
I'm going off. But the good thing is it spat me out to the inside, so there's loads of room there. So I got away with it lightly and I get to tell the tale. So the plan with that car now, because it did so well, because the engine's so strong, because the chassis is good, and it really was fun, and it taught me a different driving style, you know, to carry more speed, run higher gears, actually revving it a bit higher in lower gears on different corners, completely different from the 911. It's worth me doing something with, and I spoke to the guys at Spider Performance, because although they're the cheaper end of the suspension market arms, they're alright, they do the job. I've got them on DTC.
Why not?
And they came up with a cracking deal for me with H&R anti-roll bars, H&R lowering springs all round 30s, so it's best, so I get the right spring rate. And you can stay in this lane, John, by the way, because we're going straight on. You remember last time we went to get up the A3 and you stayed in this lane?
Yeah, thanks for that, Dan.
M3. And a full, complete arm kit, bolts, everything, so I'll give that all to Nad. There's no point me cutting it all up and fitting it, because Nad can just go in there absolutely brutal with an angle grinder and an air hacksaw and chop it off if he wants. If you're listening, Nad, just cut it off.
Go in there.
Keep the time down.
Listening, he's too busy.
Everything in there is going in the bin, and it will all be new. The entire suspension system, shocks, top mounts, springs, arms, control,
shocks as well. You know?
Yeah, track rod ends, drop links.
Well, that'll make a massive
It
difference.
completely transforms the car, because then Nad can adjust everything and get the geo.
I'll buy it off you once
how he wants it. So it'll be a complete new car, really.
I'll
Underneath.
tell you what though, what surprised me with that Boxster is that the engine just feels like it will never give up the ghost. Like it's not working
strong,
that hard, but it likes being revved, and it just feels like an unproblematic engine. Like
it's about to break 197,000 as well.
200,000.
Yeah, so it's a 200,000 mile car. It will be by the end of this year.
Yeah.
Time we done Spa and that in there. So
Great options, isn't they? You think Porsches are expensive? You get into a Porsche. You get into a Porsche for free because you've just done it quite well. Actually, you're not. People go like, oh, you've bought a crap one. It's like you know what you're buying. You're buying it for the bits, and then when it blows up, it goes in the bin.
Yeah, just listen.
Let me tell you something.
You know, by the time I've sold all the bits that I'm not using, and I've done this suspension overhaul, and the car needs some better wheels and tyres, because the 18s off the 911 didn't fit, because they're too wide and the offset's wrong. So I need to find a set of wheels for it. So if anybody out there's got a set, I'm looking for 18 by 9 rear, 18 by 8 front, Porsche Panamera wheels potentially. I want lightweight, one-piece wheels, and I don't want any tyres but the offsets have got to kind of be 47, around 40s, 50s on the back, not 60s. Fronts is alright, same as 911, no problem, because same car, front seat forward. And then basically, I'll put some sticky rubber on it. So I'm going to invest money into this chassis, into this suspension, and into the wheels and tyres, and the brakes. Need some decent brakes on there.
Oh, you got left. There's nothing left.
Yeah, and then basically have a car that then handles.
And then he's going to go and once he's done that, he's going to go and fix his original 996 and spend loads of money on that, so he can go back to it.
No, we're going to play with the Boxster this year. It's the 2025 race car.
Good fun.
Yeah, it's going to be good fun. I really enjoyed the roof down as well. I've never done track in a topless car like a convertible.
Such good cars.
And it was great fun. I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not so sure Spa would be as pleasant weather as last year. So that'll be roof up. Might even put a hard top on it for the winter.
What I want to talk about, Dan, sorry to interrupt you, is why the 996s are so special. That was going to be my thumbnail, hook.
Yeah, they're just, it's still the more favourite car, although I've got this little Boxster and I'm driving that red one.
The 996
is still more,
911.
Yeah, it's
the design of it is a bit nicer than the Boxster. The Boxster's still pretty.
Boxster's a cool car, but the 911's just, it's iconic, isn't it? And the drive of it, the low down torque.
Did you see the pictures that Jack J Designs, I'll put a link in the description, did of my car? Local lad, used to live in my house before I lived there. It's a coincidence. But really good photographer. Took some photos down Goodwood, and the car looks bloody amazing. And you look at the way he photographs it, you look at that 996 from the right angles, and it's just so nice looking. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, aero as well. I mean, you got an aero kit on these. They're just uber pretty, aren't they? I know we're a little bit biased.
We are biased,
but they are uber pretty.
Because you get whatever car we'd have, you could photograph it, make it look really sexy, and your eyes meld to your car that you own. But I look at that and I think, I found my car that I love the look of now, and I found the car that I love the way they drive. but also
the noises, the torque range, the drivability, the turning.
Yeah, the turning, the suspension on this is really good.
If you set them up right, they're just mega.
Yeah,
if you don't set them up right, they're horrible.
Yeah.
A bit like that Boxster's the same, isn't
a
it?
bit on stock.
You know, set up horrible, that Boxster is absolutely awful.
They need to be coilover. Like if you're going to drive them hard, you know, and you want to feel the road, they feel more. You feel the road, everything sharpens up, and like, yes, potholes and bangs are a pain in the arse, but they feel sharp and precise, and the rack feels quick, and they just feel like an amazing kind of sports car to drive for that money. But what I like about them is that you mess around with them. So like for someone that's into cars, you don't just go and buy a car and it sits in your driveway and you cannot touch it, because it needs to retain that stock element, and messing around with them is just, you know, it's
fun.
If you spend, say, 70 grand on a modern Porsche, you know, like something like a 991,
can't do nothing to it, can you? Really?
Not really, not without significantly devaluing a high value asset. So the fact they look beautiful, the fact they're all mechanical, the fact you can set them up so they drive amazing, the fact you can get them for 15 grand, you know, or you could get a non-aero car for even less as a project, you know, 10 grand or whatever, you're getting a 911. Now, you know, that you are buying problems, there's no doubt about it.
Oh, you're going to throw money at it, but that's cars all over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Boats, cars, motorbikes, whatever you're into.
Yeah.
Golf, tennis.
Yeah.
If you're into something and it's a hobby, you're going to throw money at it.
Yeah.
And I think with cars,
not this much money though.
You can go out and buy a Honda Jazz. You're going to throw money at it.
Yeah.
It's just, there's the world of cars.
But you are really going to throw money at this. You're going to like if you're lucky and you get one for 10 grand that probably needs a suspension overhaul, but it's got a solid engine, you know.
You'll spend 10 grand on it.
You'll spend 10 grand on getting the suspension sorted. There'll be a serviceable thing.
You're lucky you'll get one 20 grand and you might only get away with spending 2 or 3 on it, but you still have to spend something on it.
Here's the old adage, you probably pay more buy one with a rebuilt engine that's on coilovers.
Yeah.
That is
save on the big stuff.
Been owned by someone that's not a track fiend, but likes driving the car properly and really looking after it. Buy like that, 20 grand. It's probably the best car you'll get for 20 grand. I think.
Yeah, listen, we love them, mate. We love them. Keep it up. Keep loving 996s. Keep them going. I think there's a lot of love in the world for them now. For even the guys with the expensive stuff starting to revert back to them, because most of those guys had these when they were new.
Yeah.
Or they had them when like they were out 2 or 3 years old. So, and they're remembering how good they were, and now they've got all this analog modern stuff. They're starting to think, oh,
digital.
I might go back to this sort of analog world, you know, this hardcore driver's car.
Yeah, it's so basic, but it's so good. You turn the traction control off with a button. If you do leave it on, it's going to kick in under heavy corner
that Boxster ain't got any.
No, but that's what I love.
Traction control.
The moment you turn the traction control off, you're driving a mechanical car with a mechanical limited slip diff, with a cable throttle, with a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder engine, and with a sports exhaust on them. You do need that. Stiff suspension, well set up. They're really nice. I mean, they're everything you'd want from a sports car. Looks, just acceleration is good, you know, just everything. Brakes aren't too bad on them either. Actually.
I think they're alright. They're alright. Stop brakes generally.
Right.
Even better when you put some pads in them.
Yeah.
So go buy one and join our Aero Club.
Yeah, Pinky's Tacos.
Pinky's Tacos.
Okay, so I think we'll end it there, Dan, because we've been waffling for ages. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're on the road to Barnsport up the M27. We're going to hit traffic at some point.
Yeah, it's coming up. I can see it.
These roadworks have been here for about 50 years, haven't they?
They don't even do anything.
I've never seen anyone doing anything.
Never seen anyone working. No. It's all about the mornings.
The minutes.
But let's not go into that.
No, we'll be here for another 2 hours.
Right.
Over
see you later. Bye bye.
Do you want to turn her off?